Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And today I'd like to continue on with a video a day wherein I try to talk about a film or a TV series that in one way or another I believe has something to do with the spirit of the season that we now find ourselves in during this month of October 2020. That is Halloween, and it is fast approaching, my dear friends. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. The film that I wanted to talk about today is from 1973, and it is from a visionary filmmaker, almost experimental in the way that he composes images and tones and colors and feelings. And he conjures up many things that are deep within the subconscious that can delight and that can also mortify and scare and just downright horrify, which I think is at the very heart of what makes this film so brilliant and so magnificent as a work of art. And it is a horror film. It is also a deeply rooted family drama. It is also a thriller and a mystery, and it is a gothic tale, and it is so much more. But let me just share that film with you right now. This is 1973's film Don't Look Now, filmmaker's Nicolas Roeg. And this is a timeless film. And I use that word very purposefully, timeless, because one of the things that is remarkable about this film is how this film depicts time. It has this way of saying past is future, present is past, now is then, and it will be for soon and forever. And so therefore, this makes a startlingly cinematic statement about the nature of existence and how we see ourselves and what our place is in the universe in a grand manner of speaking. And I really believe that because this film uses editing and uses style and jump cuts and music and flashbacks and flash forwards to depict the effects of time on the human psyche, or maybe to put it another way, how the human existence and all the things that happened before and all the things that will happen in the future and all the things that are happening now in the present, how this can be all depicted in the visual and sound medium that we call cinema. And when we have these depictions, beings, things that are really essentially just heartbreaking and gut-wrenching moments of human lives and daily living. We're talking about tragedy. We're talking about loss. We're talking about the inexorable yearning and need and desire to know and to make connections, and the inability of that happening, and the horrific consequences of that, of those questions when they are indeed being answered. I think this is essentially at the heart of what's going on in Don't Look Now. And on top of that, it is a horror thriller, which might even be described as being a supernatural or pseudo or quasi-supernatural film that is so chilling and so unnerving and makes you feel on edge through a number of varying and effective techniques. The music, I think, is one of those techniques. It is a really eerily calm score. It is beautiful and romantic, and yet it's also has a sense of the foreboding. And also the editing, too. The editing puts you on edge, and it makes you feel like things that feel random have either a frightening tone to them, or perhaps even more frightening, an absolute randomness to it. And if there is no rhyme or reason to what's going on, then I think that in turn leads to some really scary results indeed. And so I think this film, in whatever way that we might want to interpret what is going on, still leaves us chilled to the core, as well as the way in which certain landscapes and environments are being depicted. This is a film that can feel like a ghost story. This is a film that can feel like a supernatural thriller. This is a film that can feel like a meditative murder mystery. And this is a film that is a gothic tale. It's almost like a haunted house film, except the haunted house here is the environment of Venice, the city. So it's like a haunted house film turned inside out. The indoors becomes the outdoors, and yet it is still something of the fog and the menace and the unknown that's being captured to great effect in this film. And then we also have the notion of the human tragedy and how human drama at its very essence is about yearning and loss, or it can be about yearning and loss, and what are the extremes that human beings, we all, are willing to go to in order to get answers to our questions. And I think at the heart of this, there's something of the unknown, and there's something, therefore, really chilling and terrifying. And my goodness, where this film takes us as viewers is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And I think it's made even more terrifying by the fact that it is linked so skillfully and so painstakingly with the notion of a all too real sense of human tragedy. And this is propelled so well by the dynamic that is created by the performances of Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie as the couple, and we feel their pain, we feel their sorrow, we get a sense of who they are as human beings, and we feel the humanness of them, such that this film, I think, in essence tries to capture the sense of, almost the sense of touch and the sense of being. And we get this in some very famous sequences. This is a film that has a lot of very famous sequences as well, and it's a film that does have a certain level of violence and sexuality, and so it is definitely not for everyone, that's for sure. However, if you are okay with this kind of content in your films, then I can recommend this to you, because these depictions of, for example, human sexuality are ways in which the film, I think, is trying to capture the essence, if you will, of a kind of experience that is very human, very real. And I think this, therefore, is an example of how this film is trying to, therefore, capture something of the essence of the human experience or existence. And that means the effects of time, that means the effects of harrowing human drama that is based on tragedy, and that also means the yearning into the unknown and the unyielding curiosity of human nature, and that leads down paths, and those paths are gothic and atmospheric and foggy and murky and shadowy, but we still go down them all the same. And what they lead to is something that is truly terrifying, which makes this film, I think, an utterly unforgettable experience. It is a breathtaking work, so scary and so effective and so chilling, even to this day. This is the remarkable work of art from 1973, Don't Look Now. Okay, my friends, so that's it for now. And so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great, great movies. Thank you once again, as always, for your time, my dear, dear friends, and cheers.